Is it true that prior to Barry, someone had told you, or you were feeling like you were kind of done acting, that you weren't going to be working?
Yeah, so I've had alopecia since I was 3 years old. It's an autoimmune thing. I don't like to call it a disease because I don't feel diseased by it. But it's it's hair loss. Your immune system is confused. It attacks the hair follicles, and I've had it since I was a little kid, but it was just always little spots. And at a certain point, it just pretty much took all my hair. And it really threw me for a loop because when I started acting, I had hair and eyebrows and eyelashes, you can kind of see, and I wore wigs and tried to put paint on eyebrows, and it just wasn't working. And a lot of people told me, they're like, "I'm so sorry, but your career's done. Like you're never gonna work again."
That's fucked up.
Yeah, and you're not attractive anymore, and I'm sorry, but you should probably think about doing something else.
Where were you in your career at that point? Were you just starting out, or had you been booking things and actually working?
I mean, no, I had booked something, but it had been a year or something where I was just kind of pacing around my apartment being like, what am I gonna do? Also, my alopecia was just, it was the big insecurity for me. It was the thing that I didn't want to let anyone know about. I kept it so under wraps, and it would have meant kind of annihilation, that level of I can't let people find out. Right. And so but what's really nuts is that my alopecia ended up being the thing that actually is making my career what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's really cool.
Well, once you become not always, but your most authentic self.
Yeah.
That becomes, for lack of a better word, your selling point, because that's what differentiates you from everybody else.
Oh, absolutely. And also, I mean, just having come out from the other side of it, if you can identify your insecurity and find a way to just become fully self-accepting and forgive yourself for whatever you feel like you're lacking, and if you turn your perspective around, it's life just gets so much better, and you realize wow, why was I carrying that around for so long? And then you can help other people kind of understand their own insecurities, and yeah, it's kind of just a huge weight off your shoulders.
Do you remember the moment where you accepted that? Was there a specific moment, or was it a gradual thing over the course of time?
It was more of a gradual thing over the course of time. I mean, it was baby steps. First I was okay, first I'm not going to wear eyebrows. That's going to be a big deal for me, is going out into public without eyebrows on. And it was real, my heart was pounding. I remember going to a restaurant, and I was just I'll have the bisque, and just being terrified. But once I realized, I was oh, people don't really care. People don't really care that much. Yeah. People are so obsessed with their own self. You know what I mean? That they don't really have time to kind of focus on your insecurity. And if they are focused on your insecurity, it's because they haven't dealt with their own, and they're just projecting it. Projectile vomiting it onto you.
The classic bully technique.
Yeah, classic bully technique, exactly.
Yeah.